Salve ragazzi, ben arrivati a una nuova puntata sul Calice Nero. Oggi si fa veramente senza, assolutamente senza sosta. Buonasera Adimer, finalmente ritornato il mio filo
Buonasera.
collaboratore dopo tanto tempo. Allora, oggi ragazzi abbiamo niente poco di meno che Eric Meyer dei Dark Angel. Quindi ciao Tony, mi raccomando, fate le domande che volete. Hello Eric. Thank you
How
very
are you
much.
guys, man? I'm so fucking excited to be here with you guys. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We're pleased to have you here as well.
It's fucking beautiful.
Fantastic. Allora,
How are you, Italy?
cominciamo.
Right?
Yes.
We're
Right.
doing great.
Awesome.
We're doing really, really great. What about you?
I'm doing good, man. Just did some working out today. So, yeah, feeling good. Enjoying the California weather. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome, really.
Yeah.
So we are starting already with the questions.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I will let Alan start. So
Yeah, man.
Ok, allora cominciamo con subito la prima domanda. Allora, Eric, prima di tutto cerchiamo di fare un excursus dei Dark Angel, come sono nati, come sono stati creati, quanto tempo ci è voluto appunto per creare i Dark Angel, nel senso di creare quella fama, quella notorietà che meritano tuttora.
okay, so going back to the early days of Dark Angel. So you've joined in 84 in the band, so when the band already just started, kind of. And from that moment you've joined to the more recent days, what has been the evolution of the band in terms of notoriety? What brought you here, and what has made the Dark Angel what is the band that we're going to see today, under your point of view?
You know, when we first started out in 84, it was kind of the whole rise of the thrash metal scene was going on. And we were really right at the start of it. We got to play, early shows with Megadeth, with Slayer, and then just headlining our own shows and building up our own crowd in the early days. And then we released the first record, and that boosted us up even more. And then after that, we got reached out to by Combat Records, which was a label out of New York that was picking up a lot of the bands. It was either Combat or Metal Blade were basically your choices, and we went with the Combat. They had so many bands of our genre, and they picked us up, and we did the Darkness Descends record, and that just really helped us take off.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was just a beautiful rise, man. And we just, for so many years, everything was building. It was constantly going up, more and more fans, bigger. Everything just got bigger and bigger. And it was just a beautiful time to be in the metal scene, especially where we were in Los Angeles, because it was the cusp of the thing just blowing up. And then, then the wheels fell off the train for, in the 90s for us. And the band basically went on hiatus until 2014. We had always been in touch with each other, the members of the band. There was no animosity between us when we split up or anything like that. So, in 2014, we just kind of made the decision, hey, the time right now is a great time to get back into it. And so we just decided, hell, let's give it a whirl. And so we did. And really, it was kind of amazing because, we did 5 records and we toured all over for those 5 records. But when you look at it now, bands of this genre that have been going at the same time, they got a dozen records now or something. So, because you keep going, putting out something every couple of years. But, so that is what it is. But it seems now that we came back in 2014, the popularity of the band is bigger than it ever was, which is just, who doesn't like that, to be in the band? And
Yeah.
Like our first show when we came back was playing with Megadeth in Chile at a place called Movie Star Arena, which is amazing because we just announced, if you've seen on the socials, we just announced another show at that Metal Fest arena in Metal Fest in Chile at the same place. So it's like it's going to be like a bit of a homecoming in a way. We're really fucking excited about that. And like I said, the band is just it's just getting bigger and bigger. And another thing that was kind of unusual for us, I mean, in the early days, you know, we toured Europe like I think 3 times or something, but we never did the big festivals. And that was just something that just kind of never happened for us. And I always kind of felt like it was a bit of a bummer, you know, because you know, everybody wants to play like the Download or fucking, you know, all those, you know, the big ones that have the fucking 75, 100,000 people, you know, the big gig. And we never did that when we were starting out. And I always kind of it was a little bit of a bummer to me because we didn't get to do that. And now on this return, we've hit a bunch of big festivals, and that's basically really what all we play are the big one-off gigs, and it's just kind of completed the whole thing,
the whole scene. I mean,
yeah.
It seems like you went from zero. I mean, not zero, obviously, because you had some sort of notoriety back then, but to 100 just in the time that you've been on hiatus. And I guess that it's a relief, to say the least, as a musician or as a person as well, like being able to do such a thing in front of many hundreds or thousands of people. So,
you know, it's an amazing thing. I think as a musician, to record a piece of work, you know, you record your record and it's basically just like a little snapshot of your life at that point, you know. Per se, like the Darkness Descends record, you know, we recorded that record in 10 recording sessions, like graveyard recording sessions, because that's when it was cheaper. So you're recording in all night sessions, and we banged that thing out in 10 sessions. And for people for that record to like still be up on a pedestal that it is, you know, I mean, it's fucking amazing, you know. It's when we were doing it, I mean, Jesus Christ. So when I joined the band, I was 20 years old. So if you figure that's when I first got in the band. I remember I was 21 years old and we were playing gigs like at Radio City. 21, you know. And so now, awesome, thank you, brother. And so just to still be able to still be doing this at this point,
it's unbelievable.
It's
a
really
blessing.
You know, it's really all you can. It's really all you can say. We're thankful, man. We every time we get together, it's like just a gathering of the brothers, because we don't live in the same states. Like my bass player's over in New Mexico. My singer's over in Arizona now. I'm in California. Gene's in California. And I'm going to be moving to Florida soon too. So everybody's spaced out. And so when we get back together to do a show, it's just like this big gathering of the bros, so to speak, you know. And it's just it's a beautiful thing.
It's more like hanging out rather than just being there because you have to play music.
It's a really good thing, man. And honestly, I mean, I've been sober now for like since we started doing the shows, man. I really I stopped drinking alcohol, and
which is fucking great.
Well, you know, as I got older, man, all of a sudden, I mean, I used to drink a lot, and especially, I mean, I don't know, it's alcoholic kind of thing or something, but it was kind of strange to me. Like when I hit my 50s, man, like that I would drink 3 beers or something and the hangover would start kicking in, and I would start feeling like shit basically. And if I would get really fucked up next day, my hangover was insane. And so I kind of just decided that alcohol wasn't working for me anymore, you know. And Gene doesn't drink either anymore. And so it's just kind of nice, man, to like have this sobriety and to be able to actually enjoy what the hell is going on. Like you play a show and like, man, I can remember everything. I mean, it's funny, like Ron and I talk about, you know, the tours that we did and being in Europe and in the States. He's like, dude, remember when we did this and this and that and you were doing this? And I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't even remember that. I don't even remember that at all. And it's like, wow. I mean, I don't want to think I was blackout drunk, but it's just like, you know, I don't remember doing that, man. It's just like, kind of
Time goes by.
It does. I mean, a lot of, you know, it's 20, 30 years ago you're talking about, but I mean, his memory is better than mine for a lot of that shit. So yeah, man, but it's good. Life's good. It's going to be a fun year next year, man. We're doing a lot of fun
That's
stuff.
awesome. That's awesome to say the least.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what's coming up. Okay.
For sure.
Now I'm going to try to translate everything. I mean, I will try to translate as much as possible.
You have to translate.
Yeah, I have to translate back to Italian.
Oh, I'll say
GG.
Sorry,
Okay.
I apologize.
No worries. No worries. You can talk as much as you want to. I will be trying my best to make it happen in Italian.
Right on.
Ok, praticamente ha detto che di per sé la crescita è stata molto naturale, perché comunque si sono ritrovati nel momento giusto, nel posto giusto, nel senso che comunque Stati Uniti, anni 80, il thrash stava iniziando a crescere moltissimo, quindi con lui ha parlato di Megadeth, Slayer, tutti i gruppi di quell'andazzo. Quindi hanno iniziato appunto facendo piccoli passetti appunto sono formati tra l'83 e l'84 e piccoli show locali, quindi hanno iniziato a fare concerti, uno lo supporta all'altro, poi dopo loro hanno iniziato a fare concerti come headliner e quindi hanno iniziato a far crescere il proprio pubblico, a farsi conoscere un po' di più, eccetera eccetera. Nell'85 hanno fatto uscire il primo album, We Have Arrived, e da là praticamente hanno iniziato ad avere un po' più di attenzione, tant'è che appunto si sono ritrovati nell'86 a dover scegliere tra Metal Blade e Combat Records per far uscire l'album successivo, Darkness Descends, e ha detto che alla fine si sono ritrovati con la Combat Records, perché ha detto sì, quell'etichetta là era un po' più affine a quelli che erano tutti i gruppi trash che c'erano all'epoca, quindi era un po' più la scelta adatta, diciamo così. E poi da là appunto sono cresciuti col tempo. Nel 92 si sono fermati per motivi vari che non ha specificato, per poi riprendere nel 2013-2014 a fare concerti. Ha detto che c'è stato questo buco di 20 anni che ha creato un abisso tra quello che era la loro notorietà negli anni 80, inizi 90 a oggi, diciamo così, comunque tempi recenti,
odierni.
Esatto. E c'è stato un abisso. Ha detto che comunque è una roba che a lui fa un sacco piacere, perché dice cazzo, abbiamo avuto la possibilità di fare all'epoca 3 tour in Europa, non abbiamo mai fatto festival, abbiamo fatto sempre spettacoli, comunque nessun problema, però festival gli ha sempre dato fastidio che non fossero riusciti a farli. Poi hanno ripreso, hanno iniziato a fare tutti i festival grossi. Lui ha parlato tipo anche del download, che comunque è un sogno, eccetera eccetera. Quindi vedere sta cosa l'ha tenuto su di morale, comunque anche con tutti gli altri, eccetera. E comunque anche solo vedere il primo spettacolo che hanno fatto dopo che sono tornati in apertura ai Megadeth, sorry, how was it called, the comeback venue you were in?
What's that?
With Megadeth? The name of the venue that you played your comeback show?
It was the movie Star Arena. And
okay, Movie Star Arena.
Yeah, the Metal Fest in Chile, Santiago, Chile.
Ok, Santiago. Ok, so ok, thank you. E praticamente hanno suonato appunto a Santiago del Cile a questo festival in apertura ai Megadeth, e da là praticamente sono, diciamo, comunque rimasti a crescere,
Mhm.
e ha detto una cosa specifica. Comunque loro sono comunque invecchiati, eccetera, eccetera, perché lui comunque dice: io quando ho toccato i 50 ho smesso di bere, perché comunque ho visto che l'alcol non faceva più per me, quindi
Mhm.
non mi faceva affatto bene, mi trovavo a star male anche solo con 3 birre,
Mhm.
e questo l'ha portato comunque a godere ulteriormente di quello che sta facendo, anche solo poter vivere il momento e poterlo ricordare assieme agli altri, perché ha parlato di di alcuni episodi dove magari qualcuno gli dice: ah, ma ti ricordi quella volta in quel posto che io ho fatto sta roba, tu ne hai fatta l'altra, e lui
Certo.
dice: no, non mi ricordo. E questo è
Ok.
quanto, praticamente.
Allora salutiamo Graziano, Margherita, salutiamo Tony, Peter, poi salutiamo Max che dopo la domanda di Adime leggiamo la tua, Capitan Empire
Mhm.
grandissimo, Dark Medieval Time c'è nonché appunto Nicola De Ganondorf che abbiamo avuto come appunto anche Capitan Empire. Ciao Riccardo, a te la domanda, prego Adimer.
Ok, io volevo chiedergli appunto in questo lasso di
Ok,
20 anni che c'è stato nel mezzo, cosa ha
perfetto.
visto che è cambiato nel mentre tra la scena di allora e la scena di oggi? So
Ok.
maybe this is a pretty stereotypical question, but you had a gap with Dark Angel of 20 years, basically,
Yeah.
between 92 and 2013, 14. So my question is, what did you notice in terms of difference between show goers whenever you play the show? What did you see that changed and you say, like, this is not what it used to be back then?
Well, it's one of the things that I really noticed, like when we did a California Metal Fest over in Oakland, California, and because obviously we're in our 50s now, and back when we were playing, when we first started playing, and we were in our 20s, the age group of the fan was basically kind of like you were. It was all guys, whatever, in their 20s.
Mhm.
But the really interesting thing when we did this show over in Oakland was seeing the youngsters at the gig. And I also noticed, just like when we were over when we played a gig over in Mexico City, that festival that we did that in 2019, that was like the last thing before the shutdown of the COVID. But seeing kids at the gig that with the denim and the back patches and everything, and they're kids, and it's like it's kind of like it's gone this full circle thing, where
Yes,
you
a
have
throwback.
where like a dad can be bringing his children to a fucking Dark Angel show. I mean, it's like, and like when we did this show in Oakland, it blew me away because some of the youngsters came backstage and they talked to us and they're like, "Oh my God, fucking Dark Angel. I've never seen you guys before." Well, of course, yeah, because you're 16 years old.
Yeah,
You've
no
never,
shit.
it's like you're 16 and, oh my God, I've heard so much about you and we're seeing you for the first time. And it's like, fuck, oh my God. And I just think, oh my God, well, I hope I don't let you down. It's like, I hope I'm not a disappointment. And, but fortunately, that wasn't the case, man. And everybody fucking loved it. But to see that, for me, it's pretty rad. It's pretty damn amazing. And you asked like some of the gigs that what's different, like when we used to do, like when we toured in Europe before the first few times, and we're playing club shows, and there wasn't the same, now we've been doing bigger shows. And so, you had this barricade in between the stage, and you have this big piece
And
of
the
metal.
people.
Right? Yes. And so it keeps the people off the stage, the stage diver kind of thing. And which is better for everybody's safety. But I mean, back when we were touring Europe before, man, I mean, it was like traffic on stage with people just running up and jumping. And I mean, it was crazy. I mean, like in the States, we kind of had a little bit, but in Europe, I mean, fuck, I remember doing some shit in France, and it was just like, I mean, there's like 10 people running by on the stage and shit, and just fucking running and stage diving. And I mean, it was crazy. And now it doesn't seem like that. That seems to have kind of been squelched a little bit, I think, because of, just for public safety, obviously Lamb of God had that big incident a few years ago where that guy,
Yeah.
and I mean, we played a show, we headlined a festival, the Lords of the Land in Scotland. And right at the end, man, this guy went and all of a sudden the gig was over, and he fucking ran across the stage, and he fucking jumped, and he fucking hit his head on the ground. And the guy's fucking laying there, and he's got the towel on his head, and it's like, fuck, man, it's not really the way anybody wants to end their evening.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting their, getting stitches, banging your head on the ground, So I think that's really that's some of the different sets that I see now, and now, I mean, you really have some of the really big productions going on with a lot of the bands, which hopefully we'll get into that ourselves, this next go round coming up. And so yeah, I don't know if I answered your question. I hope I did.
No,
But
you did
yeah,
actually.
Yeah, that's you got fancier productions. You got some pyro going off nowadays. It's the metal. This kind of genre of metal is kind of just really getting to that next level. Like you got like Amon Amarth. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I mean, they're doing a headline arena tour in the States. I think Carcass was on the bill, and it's bringing that genre of music into the arena. And it's kind of like, I mean, Slayer was doing the arenas, obviously, but they had been doing them for a few years.
Quite some time.
So that wasn't really anything new. But this thing that's going, seeing Amon Amarth doing it with that lineup and playing the Forum here in California, that's a big deal, man. That's a big deal for the whole metal genre, for the death metal genre, man. That's next level shit right there. That's big. So it's really very cool. I just saw King Diamond was played with Creator and all this. I mean, Creator's been banging it out for 30 years.
Yeah.
But seeing that bill filling a nice sized venue, it's what you want to see, man. It's thriving, the whole thing. Everybody's getting back out and thriving since the COVID shutdown. It's like you're almost worried at first, like when people started touring again, that wow, it's going to be like an oversaturation of the market, but it doesn't seem to be happening like that. So let's just hope it all keeps rolling, man. Good times for everybody.
Okay,
Right.
so no, I mean, I see that maybe also the thing that you don't see the quote unquote usual names on the arenas. I mean, I guess it's pretty much a big step up, and I don't know, maybe I'm just a newbie in this, so I'm
You're too
seeing,
young. You look like
exactly.
like a youngster.
I am, but from my point of view, I mean, see, like, for example, as you say, the Amon Amarth rather than Slayer going in arenas. I mean, it brings some hope that maybe sometime another new band is going to reach that level.
Yes, you're passing the torch on to the next generation.
Exactly.
And, I mean, that's fucking important. I mean, because a lot of people had thought, well, it's like, well, after Slayer's done, I mean, well, who's going to take that role? You know, who's going to fill that slot? Because Metallica is often a different slot, and Anthrax is, you know, I mean, they're just kind of in a different area. So I think it's just absolutely amazing that, you know, death metal band from Sweden. I mean, Amon's been around for fucking 30 years, but it's awesome. Like you said, kind of carrying the torch to another thing. I mean, Lamb of God is kind of, I think, filling that void as well, you know, but they're another band that's been around for 30 years too, but they're filling the void, and hopefully we'll be able to fill some of that void too.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Okay, I will translate now, so
Okay,
it
I'll
will
take
take
5.
some time most likely. Ok. Praticamente ha detto che le differenze che ha notato sono state principalmente allora, intanto partendo dalla questione di gente che va a vedere i concerti.
Ok.
Hanno iniziato che erano sulla loro ventina d'anni e praticamente c'erano ragazzi coetanei ai concerti. Adesso hanno ripreso a suonare e vedono ancora ventenni che vanno a concerti, quindi questo li lascia basiti, perché dice uno magari invecchiando si aspetta di vedere gente comunque più o meno sulla loro età, e appunto vedere questi ragazzi ai concerti che poi magari vanno anche in backstage e gli fanno i complimenti dicendo ho sentito parlare di voi un sacco di volte, vi ho letti in giro, vi ho sentiti eccetera eccetera, adesso posso finalmente vedervi dal vivo. E lui ha detto scherzando, beh, speriamo di non avervi deluso, insomma, cioè che comunque dopo 30 anni da quando hanno iniziato qualcosa magari sia anche buono. Poi ha detto anche da un punto di vista di sicurezza, fatto l'esempio di magari suoni da qualche parte, c'hai adesso non mi ricordo, mi viene a chiamare la fossa, quella che c'è tra il palco e la gente.
Ho capito. Sì, ho capito.
Esatto. E ha detto che c'è questo, quando una volta era impensabile una roba del genere, dove magari avevi 10 persone sul palco che ti salivano su, che si buttavano giù, come li ha definiti lui, gli stage divers. E ha detto che una volta dovevi stare attento a dove mettevi i piedi e dove ti giravi durante un concerto, adesso invece puoi essere più tranquillo, però diciamo che fa anche un po', tra virgolette, perdere il divertimento. Ha detto che se comunque anche arriva uno che si vuole buttare dal palco perché magari riesce a fare il salto, magari casca di testa, si deve passare il concerto a mettersi i punti sulla testa o comunque a coprirsi dal sangue, non è esattamente la cosa migliore di questo mondo. Poi ha detto anche da un punto di vista di produzione, quindi si intende tutto l'aspetto scenico del palco, dei concerti eccetera, che si sta ingrandendo tutto e che anche loro adesso stanno rimettendo su un'esperienza un po' più buona, un po' più grande comunque da quel punto di vista. E un'altra roba che ha detto anche solo dal punto di vista di nomi, cioè ha detto che all'epoca era impensabile per magari un gruppo trash andare a riempire arene. Poi magari si ritrova in situazioni come ha detto adesso, che ci sono gli Amon Amarth che fanno un tour di arene.
Sì, è
E
verissimo.
vedere questa cosa di, chiamiamolo così, cambio generazionale, piuttosto che vedere appunto, dicevo, gli Slayer, piuttosto che altri gruppi, vuol dire detto che comunque è una roba molto molto positiva. Sì, comunque i cambiamenti sono tutti in positivo.
Ok, perfetto. Allora, adesso leggiamo la domanda di Max. Ok, con l'aggiunta di questa domanda anche del nuovo CD, del nuovo disco in preparazione. Prego.
Okay, so Max is asking you, Eric, are you still in touch with Brett Erickson? And if you
No,
know what
man.
is
I
no,
don't.
not really.
I don't really know what happened to Brett, man. I don't know.
So you don't
No,
know
I
because
don't
he's
know. He
asking.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't do the social media stuff anymore, and I really don't know what happened to that guy. I think he really got out of the music scene.
Mhm.
It's kind of a tragedy. He was a really cool guy, but yeah, he's in the MIA as far as missing in action, as far as I know.
Mhm.
I hope he's doing well. I don't know. I haven't talked
Let's
to him.
keep fingers crossed.
Perfetto.
Yes, sir.
Praticamente la risposta è molto veloce, non sa che fine abbia fatto, quindi
Certo.
non può rispondere a nessuna delle domande.
Ok, nessun problema. Allora, Eric, se portiamo i Dark Angel all'interno di qualche film, qualche situazione particolare, qualche situazione contorta, che tipo di film andrebbe a interpretare Eric come attore? E allo stesso tempo, se Eric diventa anche un pittore, come riuscirebbe a incanalare la verve trash e la verve malefica dei Dark Angel in una tela?
Okay, so this is a double question, sort
Okay.
of saying. So I will go step by
It
step.
sounded complicated.
He loves to make stuff complicated, but it's rather easy. So
Right on.
it's
I'm
just
fucking
an
with
ask.
you.
Don't mind him. Okay.
Simpaticissimo.
So basically, the first part of the question is, if you are going to take Dark Angel and put them inside of a movie where you are one of the actors or even the main actor, what kind of movie, or if you don't know what actual genre or whatever, a movie that may be capable of representing Dark Angel in
Well,
that way?
I mean, I'm a horror movie guy, so I love the horror movies. So that's kind of where I'm at, kind of the old school horror movies. I haven't seen the brand new Terrorizer movie. I think it's called Terrorizer, the thing with the clown. I haven't seen that one yet, but I want to go. I need to see that one. Usually, now you can just see now you can. If I can't like stream it on Netflix or something like that, I don't really end up watching it because I don't really go to the theaters all that often. Mm-hmm. In California, I mean, movie theaters didn't go to the wayside, but now you can get a brand new release and you put it and you can just go fucking Netflix it or something, But I'm a fan of horror movies and stuff like that. And, the stuff that's on Netflix I find really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys you see Netflix over there in Italy, right? I mean, that's like
yeah, we do have, and actually there are quite a few decent horror movies. To be fair with you, even some series
cool.
as well. From
awesome.
As far as I'm concerned, so
cool. That's where I'm at personally. The band, we don't go out to movies together. So and me and my girl Donna, she doesn't even like horror movies. So I don't end up going out to any movie theaters. But like I said, the Terrorizer, I think they call it Terrorizer 2, is gaining a lot of notoriety. But I haven't seen it, man. I don't know what the fuck it's like. So
Terrifier. Oh, yeah, Terrifier 2. Okay, I was looking up on Netflix, so
it's not on Netflix.
Sorry. No, I fucked up. I was looking up on Google, and no, I've actually seen a few pieces here and there of that movie, and I guess it's fucking amazing. So whenever it's coming here, or whenever I'm able to see it, I'm more than willing to go and see that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's playing like at a couple theaters over by here, but very kind of limited. So I might actually have to make it out and get to see that one in the theater because it's not on the Netflix yet, So
or streaming
services. I mean, recently I just watched that Dahmer thing that was on Netflix, and I thought that was quite entertaining. You know, it was kind of neat. Basically, a lot of the things that I see on Netflix I find to be really good. So, but yeah, I think Dark Angel's got to be a horror movie, right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, now we'll go for translating this section of the reply, and then I will go for the second part of the question. Praticamente lui ha detto sono un tipo da horror, quindi non c'è nulla da dire, sicuramente andrebbe messo sotto questa sfera. Poi ha iniziato a parlare un po' di quello che magari potrebbe vedere anche in base ai suoi gusti, quello che può essere adatto per Dark Angel, diciamo così. Quindi ha parlato ad esempio di Terrifier 2, quello che è appena uscito. Ha detto non l'ho ancora visto, ma ho sentito parlare molto bene. Ad esempio qua dove abito io lo mostrano in 2 cinema, solo che non sono molto tipo da cinema. Ha detto che comunque generalmente sta vedendo comunque che c'è un buon movimento di roba horror, ad esempio su Netflix, eccetera eccetera. Quindi volevo chiedergli un attimo una roba nel mentre. So just to add on something on the reply that you gave to me, it's maybe right to see a comeback of the horror genre for movies, similar to the one that you had with Dark Angel.
I don't understand.
That there's been a quote unquote rebirth of the genre of the horror movies, and maybe you can compare that to the rebirth that Dark Angel had.
Yeah, maybe so.
Kinda.
I don't know. I don't really think that horror movies really ever went away. You know what I mean? You know, Rob Zombie is a pretty famous director, popping out all kinds of movies, you know, House of a Thousand Corpses and whatever other ones I think that he did were actually really bitching. And then I thought he did a couple that actually weren't so good. So, but yeah, I mean, horror movies never went away. So I don't think. I mean, yeah, you're always going to love The Shining. You know, like The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
My all-time
Kubrick.
favorites. I mean, Jesus, 20 years old, right? By now.
But still feels fresh somehow.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, you can still watch. That's one of those classics, you know, you can always come back and watch it, right? Yeah, Rob Zombie rules.
Yes, Rob Zombie.
I can see the comments. I mean, I don't know. I'm supposed to respond to the comments, or something.
Yeah, you can. If you read them, then you can go on and reply easily.
Yes. Yeah, it's funny, you know, Rob Zombie, John Tempesta, the drummer, is a good friend of mine, and I remember when he first got that Rob Zombie gig, that was just so awesome for him because his career just kind of went from like playing with Exodus and then boom, then he got the Rob Zombie gig and he got to do those awesome records with them, and his fucking career just really shot up, and he's a totally cool and deserving guy for that. But yeah, that's my Rob Zombie parallel. And I think we're the same age too. So, but yeah, we just
don't remember actually. I don't know. Nah, come on. Okay, we'll keep translating, and then I will go for the second part of the question. Praticamente ha detto che comunque, vabbè, adesso al di là del tutto stavamo divagando perché pensavo si potesse paragonare la cosiddetta ricrescita del genere horror rispetto a quella dei Dark Angel, ma lui ha detto che di per sé il genere horror non è mai andato scemando nel tempo, quindi forse era la cosa sbagliata da dire, però ha detto che comunque ci sono come tutti cose che magari sono andate come certo. Meno, vedi ad esempio lui ha parlato di Rob Zombie che ha fatto film bellissimi, come ha fatto anche un paio di ciofeche, ma sono robe che succedono.
Certo.
Okay, now we'll go for the second part of the question, which is if you are able to put on canvas for a painting the imagery of Death Angel with their ability of putting violence and malevolence on said canvas, what do you picture? Just imagine you need to paint that.
I'm not really so sure I understand what I comprehend what you're.
No worries. I mean, I will try again.
And it's always Dark Angel, not Death Angel. So I gotta correct you.
Oh, sorry. No, I. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I have this kind of lapsus every fucking time. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm just fucking with
So,
you. All the
Dark
time.
Angel. So the question was, if you are needing to put Dark Angel on a canvas, and you need to put the violence of the music and the malevolence of it as well, what do you picture it's going to be like, the image?
Well, I mean, it would probably be something kind of dark and spooky, you know. I mean, it would kind of be something scary, you know. I mean, right? I mean, it's extreme music, so it's, you know, we always kind of go with the darker images, you know, darker themes. You know, you look at the Darkness Descends record cover with the frickin' shit coming out of the grave. I mean, it's, you know, it's scary.
It's self-explanatory.
Yeah, exactly.
So you say that, for example, the artworks or any imagery related to the band, it's actually more fitting for this reply. I mean, it speaks by itself.
Yes.
Okay. So
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I think I'm having a little trouble kind of following you there, but yeah. So.
No worries. I mean, I am kind of ill as well, so maybe I'm not really clear what I'm saying. So, sorry on that.
I should know Italian, but I don't. It's me bad. I don't know any Italian. I'm weak.
That's why I mean,
I didn't want to try any Italian. I don't know any.
Fucking up everything. So,
just don't say Death Angel again.
Yeah, sorry.
As long as you don't say Death Angel, we'll be all right. See, you got the shirt here. It's dark, and where is the shirt? Dark Angel.
Okay.
Dark
the t-shirt, Dark Angel.
Okay, so I will go
don't
on
forget. It's Dark Angel. Right.
Dark Angel. Okay. Maybe we'll be able to remember it. Ok, praticamente ha detto che comunque per la questione del dipinto sempre immagini cupe, molto scure. Ha fatto l'esempio della copertina di Darkness Descends, che appunto ci sono delle mani che vengono fuori dal terreno davanti a una lapide, e quella è la tipologia di immagine che rappresenta, quindi si può dire in un certo senso che tutta la parte visiva del gruppo possa essere la risposta a questo tipo di contenuto.
Ok, a te la prossima domanda, Animer. Tanto facciamo gli ultimi giri di domande. Prego.
Okay, so I will be asking something more technical. What is your go-to rig when you are going to play a show instead of being in the studio, or even at home when you're rehearsing by yourself or with the others?
A couple of years ago, that's definitely a cool question. Basically, because when you're doing all these festivals, you kind of call them like fly dates, is what you call them. You're flying to a destination. so you never really, you bring your guitars and you bring like your pedals, you know, the little pedals and shit like that. And basically you're kind of relying on whatever kind of gear that you requested. And honestly, I called it was like a crapshoot. It was just like, it's fucking hit or miss. You don't know, you know, you want a Mesa Boogie amplifier. Well, you're going to get a 50-watt Marshall instead, you know, and it's kind of a pain in the fucking ass, to be honest with you. And so a couple of years ago, we joined the party of the Kemper amplifier, and the Kempers are these things that are made in Germany, and it's like a sampler digital amp that
mimics the sound.
Yes.
That mimics the sound.
Well, it kind of does, and I mean, shit like that has gone on. I mean, for 20, 30 years, there's been little digital guitar rigs that says on the preset, oh, it's a Mesa Boogie or it's a Marshall on the thing, and then you like a Line 6 or something.
Yeah.
Like the first. And it's like you read the thing, oh, this is supposed to be a Mesa Boogie, you fucking play it. It's like, well, that doesn't sound like any fucking Mesa Boogie.
That's not even close.
Yes, because I use like I've been using a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier at home. I've had one of those amps, and that's kind of been my go-to thing for years. With Dark Angel and the records and stuff, I was using Marshalls back then. But you know, I'd seen so many other artists were using the Kempers, and I'd heard about that. And what really blew me away about the Kempers was when we did a couple of shows with Creator in Japan, and I was watching those guys sound check, and like just the lead player, his guitar sound, I was just like, holy fuck, what is he using, man? Oh, he's got a Kemper. And I'm like, oh, all right. I guess we're gonna, and then next thing you know, Jimmy bought one. So he's like, oh, okay. Well, and that's the way it always went with the band. Like we both had 50-watt amps, and then one day he shows up with a 100-watt amp. So it's like, oh fuck, now I got to get a 100-watt amp.
That's upgrade.
Yeah, and but with the Kempers, the beautiful thing about the Kempers is they're small, and they if you've seen them.
There's the rack or even the floor version, the pedal board.
They call it like it's like a toaster size one.
Oh, so not the rack one, but the one that with the handles. Okay.
It's just a little small thing, rounded thing like this, and I can put it inside of a carry-on piece of luggage. So like a roller bag, and it comes with it doesn't come with it, but it's got a really nice pedal board that you can change your channels, and you could dial up whatever kind of sounds you want. And when I was searching through like the different like the 100 fucking sounds that it has inside of it, they all had kind of like a stupid name on them because they couldn't like actually say Marshall, or they couldn't say Mesa Boogie because it's like a trademark kind of thing. So they would have a stupid name next to it, you know? And I was just scrolling through the sounds, and I was like, that one sounds like me right there. And I just explored that a little bit more. And then like when I read the fine print on it, oh, well, it's a fucking Mesa Boogie dual rectifier. Okay, well, no wonder I like the way it sounds.
Let's go with it.
Yeah, it's like that's my sound right there. So I think it's been the nicest thing. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass to have to bring the carry-on luggage that's got your amp in it, you know, and you bring all your cords in there too. So now you've got a carry-on when you're traveling,
and
that probably weighs like 40 pounds, you know, altogether when you throw all the cords and everything in it. So it's like, now I got this thing, and I got to fucking carry it on. You don't want to put it in with the check-in because that's going to fucking, bust it up.
Get
but that's
destroyed.
the whole beauty of it. That's the whole beauty of it is you got this thing. And now, so the past, couple, quite a few gigs now, I've been able to bring that with me, and I can have the same sound all the time, and it sounds great. It's what it, everybody's using those things nowadays, and I love it. It sounds awesome.
Yeah,
so that's been my thing, is the Kemper.
I've seen also that, I mean, from experiences, I am a digital modeler user as well. I've seen that's also way easier for the guy at the front of house to get the sound right.
It they have a direct output on them, which I really haven't gotten into, and I know a lot of people talk about that, but I really haven't gotten into that. I prefer to just like plug it. I have a 412 cabinet going, and I mic it up the way I want to mic it up, the way I'm used to micing it up, and it's like once I point that microphone in the right direction on the speaker, it's like, boom, there it is. That's the sound. So,
so
I still kind of go old school like that, where it's playing through a cabinet.
You're halfway through.
Huh? Yeah, I don't go all direct. I don't have the in-ear monitors like everybody, like a lot of guys use now. I don't feel real. That's like another thing for us. I mean, if you do like these one-off kind of fly dates, you have different sound guys all the time, and I don't feel solid enough with having the in-ear monitors, because if something goes wrong with your in-ear monitors, your show's going to be fucked. And I don't want to deal with that. I would rather just kind of have the fucking drums going and a guitar amp going, and I'm good. So it kind of makes it a little bit more
reliable, maybe.
Yes. Yep. If you can't really hear the drums, you go fade back to the drums. And if I can't hear the guitar rig, you go stand by it more. It's not like the fucking all process in ears, and it's not for me right now. So yeah.
So you're actually going between the new and the old style, the typical style.
A little bit, yeah. I didn't really think that I was gonna take the plunge on the Kemper, honestly, but because it was like it's over $2,500. I mean, it wasn't cheap, and that was the thing. I honestly wouldn't have even bought it, but Jimmy got one, so it's like, oh fuck, Jimmy got one, so okay, so I guess to buy one now. And that's the way it always goes. Your partner gets one, and then you end up getting one. You got to keep up.
Yeah. And also one last thing, then I will give the reply. Also, a thing that I've noticed is that, I mean, with the Kemper especially, you can also try and replicate the sounds of the albums. So for certain songs, for example, you can pick the sound of that album, that recording, and
I mean, you could, I guess, if you wanted to. I mean, I personally haven't done that, but yeah, I guess you could. Sure, man. I mean, you can really do a lot of things with the Kemper that, I mean, I haven't even really explored, honestly. I dialed up that one sound, the Mesa Boogie, one of those Mesa Boogie sounds that they had in there, and I got a rhythm sound, I got another rhythm sound, and I got a couple of lead sounds, which are basically just boosted and have some delay on them. And that's the lead sound. So
that's great.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it is. It is fucking an amazing, and I guess it's a rabbit hole. So whenever you get into it, you just can't see an end coming there. Ok, praticamente ha detto che come strumentazione lui va di Kemper, nel senso che lui appunto viene dalla vecchia scuola, quindi testata cassa, eccetera, eccetera. Però ha detto che quando fai concerti in giro, i cosiddetti è brutto da dire così, la botta e via, cioè quindi vai da una parte, suoni, torni indietro, piuttosto che affidarsi a quello che ti danno là. Detto, io arrivo là con i miei suoni, con quello che posso darle, e mi basta una cassa, un microfono e io sono a posto, posso fare il mio concerto. E ha detto che comunque è anche molto pratico da un punto di vista di voli, ad esempio, quindi puoi portartelo nel tuo bagaglio a mano e sei a posto, quindi è molto più comodo per lui. Poi ha detto che la cosa molto divertente è che comunque una volta questa tipologia di strumentazione era, diciamo, mal vista, nel senso che comunque non era affidabile come magari lo è adesso. E poi ha detto che appunto l'altro chitarrista se l'è preso e ha detto ok, allora a sto punto vado anch'io per questa strada. Ha detto che comunque però per tutto il resto rimane sul tradizionale, quindi si collega alla cassa, utilizza le casse spia là, eccetera eccetera.
Allora, l'ultima domanda viene fatta non del canale, la tipica domanda del canale, perché poi chiedi appunto a Eric se gli va di fare una seconda parte, poi concordiamo verso febbraio, perché ci farebbe veramente tanto piacere prima di fare la domanda, chiedi questo, così almeno sappiamo già.
Okay, so before going into the last question, will you be up for doing part 2 of this interview, let's say maybe in February, but we are needing to actually plan it because we would love to go deeper into what is the Dark Angel world.
Sure, man. I'd be happy to.
Okay, great, thank you.
Perfetto.
Yeah, no
Allora,
That would be really appreciated.
perfetto.
No problem.
Allora, Alessandro, due Alessandri, poi leggeremo le domande appunto quando faremo la seconda parte, quindi tranquilli ragazzi, andate, vi avviseremo, quindi fate le stesse domande, Alessandro Nartecchia e Alessandro Scandura, quindi ragazzi rifate le stesse domande alla seconda parte. Allora, domanda di chiusura non è nel canale perché ci sarà la seconda parte, quindi si farà una seconda parte. Cerchiamo di portare i Dark Angel all'interno di una sola storia di colori, tra il viola e il nero, tra il rosso porpora. Quali di questi colori potrebbero essere quelli indicati per dare la verve contributiva su ogni singolo strumento suonato da Dark Angel stessi?
Ripetimi un attimo i colori.
Ok, allora rosso porpora, viola,
Porpora,
nero,
viola e
bianco.
okay, bianco. So if you need to pick, I have a list of 4 colors to pick from, and you need to pick one of each color for actually to describe what's the role of everyone in the band. I mean, it should be 5 colors. So
Colors to describe a role. Oh my god.
Yeah, in the band.
Oh
So,
my god, that's kind of a weird question, man. I don't know how
that's what we like to do. So we are weirdos. So so the colors are
Rosso,
red,
bianco,
white, black,
nero,
purple,
viola.
and blue.
Oh my goodness. So I'm supposed to pick the colors now?
Yeah, for each member.
Oh
Uno
my
di
god.
uno di questi colori.
Well, I'm going to say because of those colors, I'm going to choose black for myself because that's my favorite color out of all those, you know, and maybe my second favorite color might be red. So I'm going to say Gene will be red, perhaps, and then I don't know, or maybe Ron will be white, and maybe and Gons will be purple, and Laura would be the other color, whichever other color we got there. I think I missed one.
We had red, which is for Gene, white
Rosso,
is for
bianco,
Ron.
viola, nero e rosso, porpora.
Well, we got 5 people. Did you have 5 colors?
Yeah, which I added the blue.
Oh,
Yeah, because we
Bianco?
had 4 in the beginning, but I added the 5th one, which is blue. So we had purple, which I
Sì.
don't remember which one was.
okay, so maybe Laurel will be purple then.
Okay.
Non
Or
sopporto.
Jim, Laura, whatever. Yeah, the other guitar player will be purple.
Okay, GM. Then we had black. We said that it is for you, and then there's
Yes.
blue that's left, which I guess it's Mike.
Yeah, I think Mike would be good in blue.
Ok, quindi praticamente siccome sono in 5 ho aggiunto
blu.
un quinto colore che è il blu e
Ok.
praticamente ha detto per se stesso il nero, perché
Ok.
ovvio, per
Certo.
Gin il rosso,
Ok.
per Ron il bianco, per Jim il viola, mentre per Mike appunto il blu.
Ok. Allora, grazie mille Eric. La prima parte dell'intervista veramente è stata fantastica, simpaticissimo, veramente grazie mille del tuo contributo, è stato un onore per noi Calice Nero perché è veramente fantastico avere una band come Dark Angel, proprio con la simpatia, con la genuinità, e veramente vi auguro un in bocca al lupo e so
Thank you,
che
my friend.
dovete
Thanks to
fare
you.
un live, infatti, se non ricordo male, a breve, giusto?
Intendi qua in Italia o in
Adesso non mi
generale?
ricordo, uno dei tour, uno dei concerti in preventivo. Adesso non mi
Okay.
ricordo quando
So,
precisamente.
first off, we are willing to thank you. I mean, for the availability and for
Trovato.
letting us have such a great time with you. You're a
Cool,
funny
man.
person, so we're not.
Right.
We're just looking forward to have a part 2 with you. Seriously, to get more into deep,
Yeah,
and
man.
for letting us have and everyone watching have a slight.
Il concerto è il Metal Fest Creator Testament Accept Stratovarius Napalm Death Benediction Dark Angel il
Sì,
23
sì.
di aprile.
Okay, so by finishing what I was going through earlier, to have give us, how the fuck can you say it? Basically, get a little inside of what is the world of Dark Angel. So thank you, really, and we are looking forward for your show in April with Creator, and we are also looking forward to have you back here in Italy as well.
Yeah, man. That's what we got to do is come back there and play with you guys. Play for you guys
What-
over there. See you guys, man. It'd be fucking amazing. It's been too long. It's been too long.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you guys so much for having me on. And hello to all the fans in Italy, man. And I'm so looking forward to coming down there. And thank you guys, man.
Thanks to
Thank
you,
you all.
really.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Eric.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. We'll set up another interview.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks again.
All right.
Take
Ciao
care.
Eric.
See ya.
Ciao Eric. Ok, perfetto ragazzi. Ultima traduzione, Adimer, e poi ci congediamo.
Niente, ha detto che ringrazia tantissimo anche lui di essere stato invitato, ha detto che anche lui si è trovato molto bene e che non vede l'ora neanche lui di tornare in Italia a suonare, e ringrazia tutti quelli che hanno guardato l'intervista fino ad ora, e questo è quanto.
Ok,
Ci si organizzerà
perfetto,
per una
ragazzi.
prossima intervista.
Ok, perfetto ragazzi, allora domani Death Angel dalle 21 alle 22, poi Maname, primo batterista dei Mayhem, i primi 3 lavori dei Mayhem dalle 19 alle 20, quindi stiamo parlando anche dell'album Dead Crash che è stato poi ristampato in EP, quindi i primi 3 demo dei Mayhem. Ragazzi, una cosa, Prima di tutto ringrazio Adimer veramente per il contributo speciale, per l'ottima traduzione,
Grazie a
per
te.
l'ottimo lavoro come sempre, ma veramente un grazie e un abbraccio a te Adimer, è sempre un piacere e un divertimento fare appunto le interviste con te. Ragazzi, ricordo solo che il grande spettacolo non si fermerà mai, il sacro codice d'onore 000, la morte vi renderà liberi. E allora, au revoir. A domani dalle 21 alle 22
Lo
con
puoi
i
fare.
Death Angel. Forse sì, forse no. Au revoir. Fuck.